have closely monitored the posture of government and feel its marks of cosmetism. Government feet-dragging maneuvers will not be countenanced and endorsed by the over 70% Christian population in our country. We are watching with eagle eye. We need to strengthen Ghana's legal jurisprudence and existing legislation to make it stricter and more deterrent for offenders, and at the same time protective and restorative for victims. Our legislation must seek to offer protection, support, remedies for innocent and vulnerable victims of this dehumanizing act. We therefore suggest that all arms of government, the executive, legislature, and the judiciary must, as a matter of urgency, come out to overtly condemn LGBTQ+ activities with a concerted voice and assure the masses of their commitment to tackle the problem head-on. 2, government must demonstrate the political will in creating a social and legal environment that will be intolerable for anyone wanting to engage in this act of perversion, whether he is a foreigner or a citizen. 3, the long arm of the law must be strengthened to serve as disincentive for perpetrators of the act and a shield of protection for innocent and vulnerable victims who may either be lured or enticed by the financial prowess and influence of the LGBTQ+ community. 4, government must ensure that our educational institutions are insulated from becoming avenues for the nurturing and promotion of LGBTQ+ activities, since our youth stands the risk of becoming more vulnerable and gullible to the act. 5, our health centers must be made friendlier to those who have suffered abuse through LGBTQ+, to confidently approach any health posts and receive health help without looking over their shoulders. The role of local authorities. To date, the network of churches in the Western region has consciously nurtured a very cordial and fruitful relationship with the local authorities in the region, namely the regional minister, regional coordinating councils, metropolitan, municipal, and district chief executives, parliamentarians, etc., etc., and desire to consolidate and enrich this cordiality and friendship. In this regard, we are also calling on them to join the crusade to combat this menace. We expect them to play an advocacy role on behalf of the Western region to government, to give a sense of urgency to our crusade against LGBTQIA+, and to facilitate the passing into law the promotion of proper human sex rights and Ghanaian family value bill, currently being debated on in Parliament. To our members of Parliament, especially the Western Caucus, we wish to state that the churches in the Western region are very passionate about this subject and will do everything to make it an election issue, along which our members will be encouraged to cast their ballot come 2024. We expect our representatives in Parliament to begin to seriously lobby the House, table our concerns on the floor of Parliament, and go ahead to defend our cause as a religion. We also expect that they will help unravel any legal complexities on the subject as enshrined in our status books and help clarify the position of the law on this matter, in line with our Ghanaian culture and traditions. We wish to commend the Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Alban Sumana Kingsford Barbin, and the few parliamentarians who have come out clearly on this matter in favor of our crusade. Nananom, the role of Nananom since time immemorial as the custodians of our rich culture and tradition has never been in dispute and can never be overemphasized. We wish to pay a special homage to the dignity and nobility of Nananom and also commend them for openly issuing a statement to publicly denounce and condemn the activities of LGBTQ+. We believe that if Nananom will continue to be vociferous on the subject, our crusade against LGBTQA1+ will receive the needed push. To our Islamic brothers and sisters, we salute you. You have proven beyond every reasonable doubt that diversity of faith still has room for religious coexistence and cordiality. You have stood hand in hand with us in this crusade to rid our dear nation of this cancerous menace. We applaud your firm resolve to ensure that gayism doesn't gain root and acceptance in our nation. Inshallah. It's haram, an abomination unto Allah. Now the responsibility of the church. As a network of churches in the Western region, we accept the fact that we have an enormous task at hand in finding solution to the LGBTQIA menace. After all, some of these homosexuals may be worshiping in our churches. Taking a global view on the issue of LGBTQ+, the unfortunate reality is that some churches, especially those in the Western world, are among the few institutions that have come out openly to legitimize the act and gone ahead to even ordain homosexual ministers into the pastorate. We wish to state categorically that such legitimacy will not be entertained by the churches in Ghana. As Ghanaians, it is clearly evident that religiosity is an inherent virtue which is intrinsic and propensity. We, the leadership of the churches in the Western region, have resolved to take a firm and resolute position in this matter in order not to disappoint our numerous adherents. To those who are perpetrators or victims of this abominable act, the church is putting in place counseling centers to offer help in absolute confidentiality to enable them reconstruct their lives, if only they will repent and avail themselves to these facilities. Among other things, the church in the Western region are resolved to: 1, intensify prayer on the subject, since all perversions have demonic conditions and undertones. We have resolved to emphasize the pastoral role of the church to set standards for the morality of the nation. 3, we have resolved to visit our educational institution to educate the youth on the need to eschew this vice. 4, we have resolved to intensify family life education in our churches and encourage parents to assume full responsibilities for the proper upbringing of their children. 5, we have resolved to call upon the church to deepen its commitment to the teaching of Christian family values from our pulpit. 6, to develop a document on homosexuality and its attendant problems to be used for the teaching of our children, youth, and the adults in all churches. The last but not the least, we have resolved to collaborate with all stakeholders to ensure effective coordination in resolving the homosexuality menace. For instance, linking up with already established counseling units in our hospitals to assist in the areas of supportive counseling. In conclusion, we wish to thank the press and all sympathizers of our cause, and to state unequivocally that our determination to rid our region and nation of this cancerous vice will be relentlessly pursued to its logical end, and no amount of intimidation or threat will abort this mission. It is a genuine cause which is not only positively praiseworthy but also legitimate. We strongly hope that the issue raised here today, like many others, will not fall off the edge of the table but receive the urgency it deserves by appropriate authorities.